Good morning, everyone. I'm gonna wait for you guys to start coming in. I'm just saying hello. I'm gonna wait for people to start getting the notifications. And a lot of people haven't been getting notifications. I'm waiting for everyone to get the notification. I see two people. Hey, Yam. It's people that have not been getting notifications. Um, it's only two people. It's another people, a person on here that hadn't said anything. Hey DC King, Anthony, Miss Diane. Hey Shan, Anthony New Media, Cocktails with Sean, um, Barbara Britton. Y'all know it's people that have not been getting notifications. I don't know why YouTube does that. Um, Alabama Hitter. I was getting on this morning to say hello before I go to my doctor's appointment. And then I'm gonna chill today. I'm probably go have lunch or something after I leave the doctor's office. Hey, OG, what's up? What's going on? What's new, OG? OG be staying on top of that young Dolph's case. What's new? Hey, Teresa, True Aquarius, Tanya Jackson, Deborah Bell. Stop killing. What's new? What's going on in the young Dolph situation? He he be staying on top of young Dolph's case. Tell us something we don't know. Hey, Nika D. I ain't seen you in here in a minute. What y'all got going on? That should say mods and chats. That should say mods and chat. Okay. I'm gonna do it. I have some information I'm going to give to my members. Um, when I get the okay to release it. Stop Killing says nothing right now, just chilling, sitting back, relaxing, waiting for some new information. Well, it's some new information. Well, it's always new information, but um, yeah. Shan says she's working. That's good. Well, I got a doctor's appointment, and then I got a my day going good so far. And then I'm gonna go chill out. I was gonna say I was gonna go. I was thinking about. I was like, should I go shopping? And I was like, no, I don't want to go shopping because I got too much stuff. I got so much stuff I don't even know where I have. Like, I may go and I don't know. I may go do something else because I don't ever really get the opportunity, other than like my downtime. I be so happy, like when I go get my nails done and get my toes done. I be happy when that happens because it gives me the opportunity to relax and things of that nature. I should have made an appointment to go get me a massage. That's what I should do to release some of this tension. I'm not stressed. I be having a lot of tension because you know, I be having a lot of tension. Hold on. Um, Gangsta Boo. I think it was in reference, Miss Diane, uh, to this situation. I do believe that it's gonna tie in. Yeah. Um, okay, Miss Tanya. Greg Finley says they say youngster a minister. You know what? I've been hearing people say that, but I don't know where it came from. My friend, y'all know Black Youngsta's cousin is my best friend, right? I never met a Black Youngster though. I knew Black Youngsta's mother when she was a little girl because she used to come to my best friend's house. My best friend and I grew up together in the projects, and we became best friends when we have been best friends since I was in the kindergarten. We're so close we call each other cousins. So I mean, I don't stop nobody else from going in on Black Youngster because I listen. I don't stop nobody else. Sometimes I have to contain myself. I get to think about my best friend because you're talking about a friendship of almost 40 years. I'm not, if and she's cool, she's never, said anything to me about my commentary or anything. She'll pop in here sometimes. Of course, I would never say who she is, but she'll pop up in here. Of course, I don't, reveal our conversations or nothing because that's a 40-year friendship. Okay. Teresa, that's what a vlogger said about what? Oh, that he's a minister. Well, I don't think his family know if he is minister, his family don't know nothing about it. So I don't know. Maybe maybe that whoever said that knows something they don't know. I think they say, he was I think he was told to stay off of, not think, I know he was told to stay off of social media. When did he become a minister? Because anytime you have to be made to stay off of something because you don't know how to stop dissing the dead, I don't think that's minister like. Um, so hey, Lord, 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 just stop me, God. Because y'all know I be getting mad. I'll get upset and go in. I have to, Lord, you just hold my tongue. Anyways, he needed, most of them, he might end up becoming a minister in the end. Okay. Lord, I'm, oh Lord, stop me, God. They become jailhouse ministers. Oh my goodness. They either turn to Allah or Jesus behind them walls. That's all I'm gonna say. um, hey, Joy loves God. Teresa said he said supposedly he's studying theology. I tell you. Well, hey, if he is, that's a good thing. I wish he had. And here's the thing, like his I knew his great aunts. Okay. I knew his great aunts. It's funny because when I look at him smile, I remember his mother. I haven't seen his mom since we were like 11. I I haven't seen his mother since we were like 11 or 12 years old. But when he smiles, I think about his mother when we were all around, like little girls. He's got the exact same smile that she had. Exact smile. I said, "Ain't this something?" I never even knew that, because I had not seen his mother in many, many years, because she stopped coming to my best friend's house, which is her cousin. I never knew that Black Youngster was her son. Oh, I never knew until my friend said, "You know who Black Youngster, I won't say his mother's name. You know who her son is, right?" I said, "No, who's her son?" And she said, "Black Youngster, the rapper." I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, that's her son." See, I didn't know that. And that was before this Young Dolph situation, but it was like shortly before. I didn't even have any idea. Because it's funny because I would see, because I never really listened to his music or anything. I'd heard of him because they always said he was cuckoo now. And so I would see, with her children, with her daughters, and with her, I was, they come down my timeline now, I yeah. hmm I would see that, um Miss Diane says, "Do speak the truth, Miss T. I wouldn't want him to lay hands on me." Lord have mercy. Hey, I thought somebody said that he was in the studio, working on the album. That's what I thought they said. You could look at Black Youngster and tell that even though when you see him, he want to try to play hard, he's troubled. It's really unfortunate, you know. Oftentimes, like some of these people that are very manipulative, they will go to these hoods where, especially around the area, the hoods in Memphis, where it's a lot of talent, and get um people that have had it extremely hard, and that's probably they know has some m- mental challenges, and I'm talking about anybody. And they it's unfortunate that they use them, you know right. It's unfortunate. And so that's why when I'm really hard on certain people, um right, nothing to lose. It's because I know that certain people are targeted because they know that they may have some mental challenges or something like that. Y- you have to understand, a lot of these dudes come from the trenches, and they come from an era where there's a lot of mental instability, and I'm serious. He said, "What happened to Finesse Car?" They're saying that the owner of the club took it. Okay, they took it because he didn't get paid his money. Finesse two times said himself that he agreed to give the guy 10%. And I'm sure that guy, all the people that was there, that guy was very, because that's his city. He was very instrumental in getting um those people out there in Knoxville, because you talk about Knoxville. That's up there in the mountains. That's redneck country for real. You don't go up there messing around, right? and and so the black people that's there, I'm sure they was all there. They was happy to see Finesse. So I think in good faith, if Finesse had not, because Finesse said himself that he agreed to get that man 10%. He needs to get that man his money. He needs to go on and give him his money. We can't do each other like that. You have to, when, and to say that he's broken things of that nature, of course, everybody broke until they get some damn money. And so when a person is actively working so that they won't be broke, we can't do stuff like that. If you made a promise to the man, get a man his money. She said all the black people in Knoxville. Yeah. Gregory Finley said his brother was arrested for it. His brother was arrested for the shooting. But I think now, because y'all know I do love Finesse 2 times, but when somebody is wrong, I have to say it. But I want to say this too. Joel's God says shit, Blac Youngsta needs to be baptized in Jordan River for real, then take the burning bush and throw it into it to see if he will burn or come out even smelling like Jordan loves God. His boy Big A was arrested too. I think they did say they arrested 2 people, and it's some people that's suing. It's some people that's suing too. See, that's another thing that these rappers don't think about now. These folks can hurt you real bad with all these lawsuits. They can hurt you bad with these lawsuits. They keep you tied up in court. Thank you, Anthony. He says Big A is the dude in orange. Oh. Yeah, the guy that got shot is suing. So, he probably going to take a payout. He was on the porch in the vest on Back End video. Oh, I love it. I love this song. Big Bookie did a good job too on Back End, but I love it. I didn't know that he had remixed it from Finesse. I wouldn't listen to Finesse. I was like, oh my God, Finesse is hard. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to take up for him, but in a way, I kind of feel like, because he is a street dude. Finesse has a lot to learn. And he needs to learn quick though. But I kind of think an atmosphere is being created. I think an atmosphere is being created. What y'all think? Do y'all think that they setting him up? Y'all be for real with me. I kind of think that somebody is setting him up to ruin his popularity and at some point and then take him out. Hey, new to you. 5 people got hit too soon so far. Yeah. And so if 5 people got hit, all 5 of them people gonna sue. Now let's just be real now. They going to sue. And in that little small town, with that promoter being mad, he is going to encourage all of them to hit Finesse pockets because they all probably know each other. I don't know. I just think an atmosphere is being created, and if you listen to him, it's almost like he, when he speak about himself, he'll say, "While I'm here," as "while I'm here." So hey, I think it's unfortunate that a lot of these young men get them. It shouldn't even be like that. Rapping, it should not be like that. Whereas, you have to end your life just to be successful. But it seems like an atmosphere is being created because see, Finesse wrote all of those songs in jail. Every song that he has written, it kind of remind me of Tupac. I'm talking about as far as Tupac wrote all of those hits in jail. Finesse, they got Finesse. Everybody eating off of him. That's unfortunate. It makes me mad as hell. Why in the hell did they got him signed? He signed to 3 different deals. 3. So when he signed with, who is he signed with? Um Jay Clyde. Who was the last person he signed with? Was it Capitol Records? Who was the last that record, the big record company that he signed to? Was it Capitol? He's not going to flourish because he is tied to mob ties. Finesse is not well liked because of that. Oh, Atlantic. Okay. So we don't know what was in that contract with Atlantic. We don't know what was in that contract. Like, what did he sign did he sign over all of his rights to his music for a certain amount of time? Until they're paid back for whatever advancements that they gave him. Like, we don't know. We do know that they probably own all of the rights to his stuff. So I think now what they do is they tell him, you sign over to make it sound good. You sign over your rights. We give you this advancement. You sign over your rights to all of your music for this amount of time. And then once we're paid in full or something like that, you get your money back, or something like that. I don't know. But they ain't living to get their music signed back over to them. But I was looking at Anita Baker back when they was making music. After 30 years, they was able to own their rights back. You sign over your stuff for 30 years, they ain't living for 30 years. That's why, people like Prince and Michael Jackson and them end up dead, because they had a long music career. They did almost 30 years or 30, and then they end up dead. Youngboy said Atlantic is terrible. Oh wow, I believe that. Thanks, Christian. At PC, you got me listening to DJ Squeaky on a mission all day today, bro. Dolph was hooked into a few of them also, but kept it on the down low if you think about it. 2 times know the game. He ain't gonna sign his masters over. I don't know. I think he signed them over. I don't know though, but I think he did. I think they know each other just because Finesse rented the place and promised him 10%. I believe 2 labels he signed with are hurting him deeply. Plus, the incident this past weekend gonna make promoters not want to deal with him. That's true. Yeah, but they also stayed to themselves. Yeah. Finesse a smart dude. You put a cash advance in his hand, you know it's on. They say he wanted to sign to CMG because he loves Gotti. I thought they say it was Juke that he was pretty close to. Who was it, player code, that he was close to? Was it Gotti or Juke? He can't be that smart after that shit in Knoxville. I don't know. I think he's got probably. I think it's unfortunate because Finesse. I think he's paranoid, and he should be. He said people has put hits out on him, um, and things of that nature. Finesse 2 times has had the opportunity. It's Gotti that he was close to. Okay, Finesse 2 times has had the opportunity to hear a lot of stuff that we haven't been privy to as it relates to some of these people. So he knows exactly how they are. Okay. And I think that he has a paranoia because he's not dumb. He's not dumb at all. When you listen to him talk, you just from his mindset and how he's thinking, he's not. But he definitely has a paranoia, and he should. He has a paranoia, and he should, because I personally believe that somebody is trying to set him up. I think Atlantic was just for a distro only. That's why he putting out so much music to run through. No, this thing moving fast. Let me see. To run through the contracts. Okay. Hey, 901 King Deshaun. I'm working behind the scenes at the FedEx Forum for Friday night SmackDown. It's a surreal feeling meeting. All right. That's awesome. He #1 trending. His shows still booked up. He hit in every state. Better Be is more like it. The way these folks chasing fame and dark horses. Let me take that back. I don't think he ain't smart. He got to leave certain street shit behind him, though. Yeah. I think with all of them being street dudes, you know, hey, and paranoid, street dudes, and being paranoid. It's easy to get a itchy trigger finger. It's real easy. That's true. I want to see Finesse win. I do. I want to see Finesse do well, and he is doing well. But I don't know, for some reason or another. I think that he is being set up. I don't know why. I do. And I'm not saying he's not making some bad decisions. I think he's making it based on paranoia too. You notice he keeps saying, I just want to live to give my kids a different life. Just leave me alone. He's saying, leave him alone. Let me make my music. Leave me alone. It's up, it's sad. He's saying, and you have to listen to what the brother's saying. And because now we're in the day of backdooring, it could be kind of scary when somebody up on you, but hopefully he makes it right with that club owner, because I don't think that club owner did nothing wrong other than being excited that they was there. He got all the black folks out that live in Knoxville. Hey, Penny from DA216. Penny, is that Dallas? I thought Dallas was 21. I thought, is Dallas area code 214? What's the 216? Let me see. Oh, Cleveland, Ohio. He got too comfortable. He said to himself, that's very dangerous for everyone, for anyone, when you know that you have enemies. Yeah, that's Cleveland. I sure don't want to have to go to the doctor today. Tried to become a member, didn't have a 5 cent on my credit card. Got to go reload. Okay. And do I think that Shondell was a secret arrest? I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. He probably. Let's see. Beat went. Oh Lord. Oh my God, I can't do y'all on YouTube. Lord have mercy. Who would go make a page beat women? Y'all is low down. Just low down. He said a blogger showed last night the letter Finesse wrote to the judge in Arkansas. Not a good look. Um, what did he say to the judge in Arkansas? What did he say to the judge in Arkansas? The incident should have been avoided. The reason Finesse is popping, selling, and booked is because he's in the streets for real. Yeah, and I think people genuinely want to see Finesse win because Finesse has been through hell. Finesse talk about he was in jail those 5 years. Nobody put money on his books. He said folks weren't messing with him. But I find it strange though that they started like a courtship with him right before he got out, as if they knew he was gonna start popping. It was like they knew he was. Why y'all think they started that courtship with him? They sent, I believe, was it J Prince Jr. that they sent? Because Finesse wasn't messing with Moneybag when he got out. He said he was not doing business with Moneybag them at all. For one, he hit his mom boyfriend in the head with a golf club back in the day. Oh wow. Did they say why he did it? He wasn't, beating up on his mama or none, was he? Young Greasy says, I think he really want to just make his money and raise his kids. But just like you saying, though, Miss T, I think an atmosphere has been set around him to lose in some sense. Right. I do think that there is a sabotory spirit that is around him. There's an atmosphere that is being created, a sabotory atmosphere. Finesse was hot before he went in. The streets were waiting on his arrival. Hey, Mr. Robert. Hey, DC, DC's King. Yes, because him and Honeycomb Brazy was supposed to link. Yeah, now I hate that happened with Honeycomb Brazy. Didn't Honeycomb Brazy try and warn him about this situation? Didn't Honeycomb Brazy try and warn him? Keith says he says MK Ultra. Cause see, Finesse is hotter than Moneybag. Yeah. The cops are so bad out this way. You would think they all going for donuts at the same time, I swear. Yeah. Why is Honeycomb Brazy catching hell? What's going on with him? Ooh, y'all hold on. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Child, we're gonna do a live tonight when I get from the doctor. I think Finesse would have been in more trouble if he continued to hang around Honeycomb. He had. Let me ask y'all something. How many of y'all think that Yo Gotti was involved in this situation? And I'm just taking a How many of y'all think Yo Gotti was involved in this that happened to Dolph? Do y'all think that he knew that this was going to happen, or do y'all think that he knew? Do y'all think that he actually paid for the hit? He did a live saying they violated him. Officers handling him rough. He want to give up. It's mostly karma to be 100. Are you talking about Orange Mountain Quet? Oh, you talking about Finesse 2 times? He did was it Finesse 2 times? You said he did a live saying they violating him, officers handling him rough. He want to give up. It's mostly karma to be 100%. Every time these guys get out, they acting brand new weirdos. Youngsters on a very down and low these days. I heard he got stepped on. Hmm. I don't know, y'all. I think they told youngsters to stay off the internet. Hey, 601 Ski. G Money 69 says he thinks that he knew, but Juke put the hit. mm, I think he told Juke at any point he asked the paper ready and it's a green light. Y'all, believe me when I tell you, Blac Youngsta is not on the internet because he's been summoned. He's been told to stay off because he don't know how to not troll young Dolph. And at this point, I mean, it would be okay if, some of these folks were not receiving visits and people went on their asses. They wouldn't care. But since, the heat is on, and I'm going to tell y'all something. I believe that some of these folks are on their own men up under the bus, their own mans, as they say, up under the bus. They feeding them to the vloggers when the heat get hot on them. And then the vloggers rip them to shreds. I think he put his feelings out in the air in conversations with his brother and others, and they made it happen. I do. That's why he gave money back, that 1.5 meal for his birthday. CEO Jizzle got a bag on his head. Yes, CEO Jizzle said himself that he has a bag on his head. And I'm assuming that Little Migos is the one that they're saying, or Blac Youngsta is the one that put the bag on his head, right? God, I think he is going to slip on through the cracks. He might, he might be hating. God, he might be kind of at this point, since things are happening for him. He might be kind of hating that it happened now. Because he might now simply, and it is, and simply because of how things are turning out, right? Hey, Dirty South, I wonder if BY ever got picked up for questioning. Yes, several times. Um, J. Clyde, you remember where you heard that at too, because these folks be in here stealing, and they'll swear they know and they'll say, "I don't mess with that blogger." You don't have to mess with me. They want me to call their name. You don't have to call my name. Still, quit stealing my shit. I ain't never seen a bunch of niggas that talk about I don't mess with them. They just want me to say their name. Why you stealing my stuff? Don't mess with me. If you don't mess with me, don't mess with me, period. Too late his big head going down. It's all about stripes and attention and clout. Other than money, these youngsters have no regard for life. Big ups to you, my sister. Thank you, Dirty South. Love from Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out to Atlanta. Thank you, J. Clyde. Gotti think Angela's dad Ron going to be able to pray the feds off. Hey, somebody had told me, and I'm not gonna say who it was that told me, because they might not want me to say it, but somebody had told me he moved out of the house. I don't know, these dudes been cranking up on their ass though. Now that they're starting to know where Young Dolph's hit really came from. They're absolutely 100% sure. They already knew, but now that they're starting to get the proof, I think they're not holding back. But now what these dudes, like Blac, Youngsta, and Migos in them, but they gotta understand is they can't put hits on people when they get mad. You can't do stuff like that. I believe he funded the hit on our brother. Mm-hmm. Me too. NBA Youngboy said, "You ain't a man if you ain't killed nobody." So they going down. Lord Jesus. So that's what they putting into the atmosphere now. You gotta have killed somebody to be a man. Oh, Lord Jesus. I don't know, Miss Teresa. But when they do, when they do, y'all know I'm gonna get on here. I'm gonna be the first one to get on and tell you that it's an arrest been made, y'all. When an indictment signed, I'm gonna get on here. I'm gonna know, and I'm gonna get on here and tell y'all an indictment has been signed. Yeah, I know I have to wait to put the name out, but because we don't, because they because like when I did that with Orange Mound Quet, I was told that Orange Mound Quet's energy was different, but Orange Mound Quet had been picked up a couple times. That's why no one cares about money. It's all about going viral. I know it's a sad thing. People just only care about clout. That's it. These folks ain't even getting no money. They ain't getting no money. They're letting people use them. It's sad. It's all about that popular clout. They get people to say their name for 1 or 2 days, 3 days at the most, and it's over. And they ruin their lives because of that. And then some of these folks is just low down. They feel like their money, and I think it's frustrating them that their money is not doing what it was doing, because they on these niggas' tails, okay? And ain't nobody wanting to spend those 60 years in jail or get the death penalty. They get ready to start, while they putting bags on folks' heads, they need to understand the government is getting ready to start putting bags on top of their hit man's head, because they're going to the death penalty. They're gonna get the death penalty. How's Orange Mound Quet getting high profile lawyers? Um, hey, because of the money he was paid. But thing about it is that high profile lawyer, because they said Orange Mound Quet was living, but what I can't understand is Why Orange Mound Quit had not moved out of Orange Mound? You know, maybe he fixed his house up. Shit, I don't know. Hmm. Child. Oh, Lord, oh Lord, hold my tongue. Um, well, it can't come soon enough for me at all. Been waiting over a year now. They sure taking their sweet time getting to the top. A lot of times it takes, you know, time. When you're dealing with a lot of money, when you're dealing with people with money, you have to make sure. Look at how Young Thug's lawyers. Now, Young Thug's lawyers is a prime example. Okay, when you get high profile lawyers like that, what they're doing is they're looking for, because they got Thug. What they're doing is they started looking for any, like anything, any mistake really that the prosecutors had made, just like anything technical. I need a laptop. These buttons keep sticking. uh, she said these buttons keep sticking. Tamara, new arrests or sign indictments. Well, when they sign them indictments, them arrests coming. They go right and get them. They go right and get them. The arrests come out the indictments are signed. A lot of times when they sitting up there and they get enough, they'll get a judge. They'll go to it. There have been times where they've gone to these judges' houses over in the middle of the night when they get enough to get the prosecutor say this is enough, and they'll go get those indictments signed. And go get them early. I haven't heard that. I thought that they just opened that cookie shop back up. I heard that they just opened that cookie shop back up. I think they dotting all their T's and I's so the lawyer can't get them out. Absolutely. Um, yeah. Yep. Yeah, the Cookielicious, I think. The Butterifics. That's what it is. I've gone into the Butterifics. They have good cookies. They do. They have, I like butter cookies. I like those school butter cookies. The Butterifics is in downtown Memphis. And I've gone in there like a couple times. Um, like last summer and got some cookies. Butter cookies. I think Butterific sell the exact same thing as Makita's. I think because I've gone into Makita's a couple times. I had not gone in there since this happened with Young Dolph, but I'm just talking about like through the years. If I wanted some school cookies or something, I would stop in there. If I was if I was going down Airways, because I got a banana pudding out of there one time, and I always stop and get those butter cookies. They taste just like the school cookies. Um, yeah, that's what I heard, Diane. He said them cookies high as a person on crack. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. They might be high now, but when I was going in there to get cookies, yeah, they good. But when I was going in there to get cookies, like the last time I went in Makita's, it was definitely before Dolph's death. Okay. and they weren't hot. Now I got a banana pudding out there one time. It had too many bananas in it. I didn't like that. It was good, but it had too many. But I can't eat a banana pudding with a lot of bananas in it. It's got to have a lot of cookies in it, right? But but I actually went in there for the damn butter cookies, and they were not that hot. Now they probably they might be higher now. Clyde says, I went to Makita's a month ago. Them damn cookies, the cookies 3 for $10. No, it was nothing like that. I got a whole box of cookies, of the little ones, in a box. It was a whole lot of them, butter cookies for like $8.99 or something like that. That but it was a whole big box of them. Oh shit! I had it's been a long time since I've been in there. I wouldn't. I don't three $10 for 3 cookies. Maybe maybe it depends on the cookies that you get. Cause I always got the butter cookies. That's what I always stopped in there for. The butter cookies, they taste just like the butter cookies that you got from that we used to have. They used to sell at school in the cafeteria. Now Butterifics is in downtown Memphis, and they sell the same thing. I went in there. I went in there after the Dolph murder, and I got me some butter cookies. J. Clyde, let's see. On the internet, they're like $36 a dozen. Wow. I mean, I be seeing them when I see them in the cash saver. I be buying them, and they're not that expensive. They in the cash. I think they're in the cash saver. Is it cash saver? Chevy, what's the name of that grocery store on Elvis Presley? What is it? Cash saver? I be getting these grocery stores. It's not Save a Lot. It's Cash Saver. Is it Cash Saver? They in the Cash Saver. I know they in the Cash Saver because I bought some in there. Not Kroger. I think it's Cash Saver. Why would Ratchet put a protective order on Raven? Why he do that? Oh my god, these folks have me cracking up so bad. Why he put a okay, so Cash Saver, yeah. So that's the one that's on Everspresso. So they're in the Cash Saver. They have cookies that's in the cash, and they got cookies in Kroger too, because I've seen them in Kroger. Scope Beat Women said, "Look, Greg put a protective order on Raven." I'm gonna tell you something. That group right there has me so tickled. I don't know what to do. Cause see, they be into it with each other, and you hear people say that it be a play. I don't know, but they tickles me. Oh my God, Lord have mercy. I like homemade tea biscuits. They sell homemade tea biscuits too. Migo got a protective order on Grove Hero little hand. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Lamigos better sit his little butt down because Jizzle got on there last night and said it's $100,000 on his head. He better Lamigos now, because that's not the first person I've heard that have said. It's been a lot of people that say Lamigos has gotten Blac Youngsta is rubbing off on him. He feel like he can put bags on folks' heads when he get mad at them. The sister posted they're closing down. The Butterifics is closing down. Wow. They just opened. Oh my God, Grove Hero, a stand-up type of guy. Migo the man. Ayo, KD, so many LS. Someone needs to put a gag order on Ratchet. Lord have mercy. The Migos is not built for tough. Eggs are $40. Eggs are $40. Butter is $20. What's good, everybody? Hey, Quincy Emery, long live Dolph, long live Scar. When are they gonna have Big Scar's funeral? Has anybody heard about when they're supposed to have Scar's funeral? A dude was dissing Scar, got killed last night. He TM Brick gang named Cuz Wax. Wow. He definitely put the rat in Ratchet. Got it dropped. Action pack AP when his chain got took. Well, he dropped Migos. Well, Migos is up under Bread Gang. I mean, not Bread Gang. He's up under Migos is up under Heavy Camp. He's up under Blac Youngsta, but if Gotti tell him to drop Migos, I'm sure he will, because Blac Youngsta's loyalty is to Gotti and Gotti only, I think. So that Quincy, they're dropping like flies. So wait a minute. So who they say got killed? Somebody they say got killed last night. Let me see. Who's that? Who I can't. Who was it? Quincy? Somebody got killed last night about dissing Little Scar. Okay, he says, "What's good, everybody? A dude who was dissing Scar got killed last night. He TM Bread Gang named Cuz Wax." His name Cuz Wax. That's who got killed. Cuz Wax. Y'all know y'all have to tell me. I don't know. My family made everything homemade. My grandmother used to make a sour cream pound cake. Oh, my great aunt made a sour cream pound cake. I still remember it was so good. I had an auntie named Aunt Sis. She made all the cakes in the family, and they used to be so pretty. She knew how to make them. They would be so beautiful, and they were so good and moist. Oh my God. Ooh, sour cream pound cake. That pound cake was very good. And you don't see a lot of these people now. I don't see them making cakes like my aunts and them made. Like one of my great aunts one time made a tangerine cake. And I would have thought that it was nasty. That tangerine cake was so damn good it didn't make no sense. They knew how to make cakes. Now I know how to, and it's because my great aunt taught me. I love that cake so much. She taught me exactly how to make it verbatim. I know how to make a black walnut cake, and it is delicious. Andre tangerine. I'm telling you, it was orange and everything. It was good. A tangerine cake. Player Coach said good and Moore's best cake ever. I don't know. My family made everything from scratch. My aunts and my grandma and them did too, made everything from scratch. My grandmother made the best greens. And I like it was always they always had like specialties. Like my grandmother made the best greens in the family. So they always wanted her to make the greens. And my aunt sis always made the best cakes. You know, they came from down there in the backwoods of Mississippi. So they knew how to cook. And so now, and then my other aunt that died, my other great aunt that died, she made the best chicken dressing. Now that she's passed away, my mother's, everybody always want my mom to make the chicken dressing. She make the best chicken dressing. One of my cousins got a restaurant, and it's something because he'll ask my mother, "Can you come and make the chicken and dressing?" He sells soul. He has a soul food restaurant. I see Blac Youngsta made mad too. He relayed a message to Jizzle saying he don't want the 2017 Youngsta, basically admitting Gotti paid him 100K to have Dolph shot at. He relayed a message to Jizzle saying he don't want the 2017 Youngsta. Wow. I make apple spice cakes sometimes with rum. Ooh, that sounds good. I never heard of that. Yeah, they come from the backwoods of Mississippi, you know, where they could cook. Because my mom and them grew up in the backwoods of Mississippi, like she asked me, why would you go buy a house in Mississippi? I would never want to live in Mississippi, but she grew up in Mississippi when it was a different time. Now ain't shit too much different now. Okay. But it's a little better. Like, you know, they lived in shacks and stuff like that. I wonder if the person that new indictment name rhyme with Big Book. Jay Clyde is um all the good old people gonna make me sad. I'm telling y'all, they could cook. They could cook. My great grandmother had 14 girls, and my grandmother was the last one that she had. And she had my grandmother when she was 45. Ain't that something? And they said that my great grandmother, because she had 14 girls, I remember her because she died when I was like 12 years old. So we was very active. Like she used to keep a switch in her hand all the time because it was a lot of us. And she did not play. She was mean. She didn't play. And she kept a switch in her hand. We loved her though so much. And she basically raised all of her grandkids because back in those days, and this is the truth, and it kind of, look at me getting personal. I don't never tell nothing right. But this is how it happened in my family. My great grandmother, like my mom and them, if her daughters, like which was my grandmother, if my mom, if her daughters had children, and you know that was back in like the 50s and 60s, and they were not married, if they got married to another man and it was not the father of that child, she wouldn't let them take their kids. She kept them. So like a lot of like my mom and um some of her first cousins were raised like brother and sister, right? Because my grandmother, my great grandmother would my grandma said, my great grandmother said that she didn't trust another man with children that were not his. And so I remember, because y'all know I never married. I haven't been married yet. And so I remember when I was talking about, getting married after I had my daughter, but it wasn't to her dad. And I remember my grandmother said, "You sure you want to get married? Because if you sure you want to get married, because you can't take that baby." I said, "I am taking my baby." But that's just that was just their mentality. That was just their mentality. Um but then, when my grandmother and her first husband divorced, she was able to get my mama back when she was 7 years old. That's weird. It is, but that is what happened in those days. She could have took her, I guess, but I guess she didn't want to. They didn't want to go against their mother, because that was just how it was. If you don't marry the father of that child, if you go get married to another man that is not the father, and it was usually always the first kids, you cannot take those kids. And she raised them. He said, if they boiling water from a creek, it's gonna be good. Yeah. And that might be the reason why I have such a paranoia now, because I've always been very, very, very protective of my girls growing up. Like, I never allowed different men around my children anyways. I didn't. But if I trusted somebody, if I started dating somebody enough, and I trusted them enough to allow them to come to my house and for my kids to see them, which was not very often, I would always pay very close attention to them, especially in the beginning, to see how they was going to eye my girls, because my babies were very beautiful. I would always watch, because I knew they weren't supposed to be looking at them a certain way. So I always paid close attention to that. Like, I was just very, overprotective, because I didn't want to have to kill a bitch about my kids. Okay. I was going to unload on a nigga about my kids. Okay. So I was always very protective. The best wedding reception that had yes, grandma called it sweet. She said, she wasn't mean. Look how y'all turned out to be. That's how they did it back in the day. It needs to go back to that for some of these kids. That's true. That's true, Shelvin. That's true. Um, Teresa Kane says, my second husband is more of a father to my kids than their biological father. It's funny because my grandmother's second husband um is he was very, very good to us. And she married him the year I was born. So, my mother has always been. It's funny because as I learn more about my mother. I always knew my mother's real father, you know. But as I start to learn more about his family, I look at pictures of his mother, and she is identical, because she died even before my mother was born. Um, she looks so much like my mom. She looks a lot. We have a lot of those features. Like my mother, me and my sister, we got our chocolate skin from our dad. We look a lot. I think that's my dad's side of the family trait, that chocolate skin, right? Um, my dad had a lot of brothers and sisters, 10. And out of all of his brothers and sisters, all of them was chocolate. And it's funny because my dad's mother was light skinned, very light skinned. But I think all of them ended up chocolate, except for my auntie, the one that's a police lieutenant. She's not. Her. Oh, and he got another one that is the one that's my age. That is not chocolate, but all the rest of them are. It's just kind of weird when you start, some sick dude. Yes, it's a lot of sick dudes out there. Working for working for the police department, you see a lot. You get the opportunity to see a lot. Like, I've always been very protective, not just of my children, but of anybody's kids. I'll never forget one day I was standing with my daughter, must have been about 10 or 11 years old. and I was standing in the dollar store, and this older man, he looked like he was about 40 or 50, and he turned around looking at my baby's booty. He turned all the way around looking at her butt. Now, she didn't have on nothing tight, or she might have had on some little shorts or something. She was a little girl. Oh, I had a fit. You talking about a fit? I had a damn fit in the damn dollar store. You gonna be looking at my baby like that? It's a lot of sick, twisted people out here, and a lot of them have posted up on YouTube. Ain't no pedophiles got no business on YouTube, and a lot of them are doing this hacking because they hacking people's phones not only to get your information, but to see if you got pictures. That's why we put out here who it is that's doing this hacking, when y'all file y'all police reports, y'all need to also let it be known that they are pedophiles. They are trying to get into your phones to get pictures of your children, because these sick motherfuckers like these babies. And they sitting up on YouTube talking about they a man, they a real man, and these women gone crazy about them. They hacking because they want to look at some little children. Pedophiles. I'm afraid for my grandbabies. I already let it be known that, they're pedophiles. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take my little grandbaby's pictures off of my wall. I be wanting to show, my little grandbaby, but it's some sick men that like babies. And they black men too. Anyone I date knew I had a child, but never met get unless we were out in public. Yes, it's some sick dudes out here. If I introduce you to my child, it was out in public. It's a lot of them in Olive Branch. Yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Have you noticed in the news how so many women are getting killed nationwide by their husband? Yes, it is happening. I think it has a lot to do with that emotional instability. It's a lot of people on drugs and stuff too. People don't know how to accept rejection and stuff anymore. Have you noticed in the news how so many women are getting? Yeah, I almost ended up on the news because a grown ass man was trying to talk to my 17-year-old daughter because she's thick. He was about to be told. I'm telling you, they sick. I think it's sickening when you hear some men go that they want them an 18-year-old girl. What's the difference in an 18-year-old girl and a 17-year-old girl other than an 18-year-old is legal? What in the hell can a 40, 50-year-old man do with an 18-year-old baby? That's a baby up under him, even if she is legal. That's a damn baby. He's a freak. He's a sicko freak. Even in his 30s, you's a sick freak. My mother dated my stepfather 2 years before we knew he existed. And that was good. Because a lot of these folks moving men up in their houses and they don't know a damn thing about them. And then when he started hitting them all over across their damn head, I didn't know he was like that. Hell, you didn't know him at all. You didn't even know him at all. What you mean you didn't know him? No, he was like that. You moved him in a month after you met him? I was born and raised in the projects, but I love hearing country bumpkin stories. You know what? I told y'all I love looking at like the documentaries from the 70s and stuff. I do, because I don't remember anything about the 70s because I was a baby. But just looking at video, it seems like Black people was really proud of being Black, and there was more unity. And even in the 60s, in the 50s and 60s, You know, we living in a damn messed up time when the Black Wall Street happened in the 20s. Those were rich black people, and the white people got mad and destroyed it because they didn't want them creating no generational wealth. But if they can become rich in the 20s, and y'all know the 20s was a terrible time, what the hell going on now when black people are supposedly free? But see, now black people are slaves in the mind. Okay, jealous of each other. I was for a real single father for over 10 years, and I never brought random women around them. They grew up thinking the wrong shit is normal. Absolutely. I dated, let's see. So glad I married my high school sweetheart. 18 years in now. Shout out to all the married couples. Marriage is beautiful. I always say that, you know, even though I do a lot of cases, I work with a lot of divorce attorneys. You know, I wish that people could. I can't understand how folks go and mess their homes up. You know, they got a good wife or something like that, and I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know. You built your life with somebody, and you go and mess up your home for some sex. These folks is messing up their households um because of what these women out these folks out here doing anything. You done built a fortune, you have built an empire with your wife that was with you from the beginning, and you gonna mess it up for some tail. Well, my wife won't give me no blowjob. Uh-huh. And that's the reason why, you know, they when they divorce them, they take everything. You messing up your household and your family for a blowjob. He said, I ain't messing up my home unless it's Oprah Winfrey. But I think marriage is beautiful. I can't wait until I get married. I want it to be beautiful, and I'm not marrying nobody. I'm not marrying nobody just to say that I'm married either. I want to be happy. Cause I can't be with nobody I ain't happy with. Cause I'm going to act a fool. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Jay Prince just started a live. Let me see something. Oh, he got off quick. As soon as I logged on, he got off. He in a helicopter. Jay Clyde said, I'd marry you, Tamara, but my wife would be pissed. Oh my goodness. um Teresa says, nowadays it's too easy to get a divorce. When I was a kid, you had to go through a lot of things. Right. Because now the average marriage lasts how long? 2 days? Because folks getting drunk, that dopamine, they having all that sex. Oh, the sex was so good. I know I'm in love. They walking off, leaving their children and their wives. They ain't thinking about when they go to divorce court, the wife gonna hit them over across the head and take everything. If there's any proof of any infidelity, that's why we stay booming all the time. Divorce rate is up, and I'm serious. It's sad though. But if she find out anything, and you can't have your friends to go and try and be get no evidence, because it's not going to hold up in court. I know a lot of people say, oh, I can make that little money and be your investigator. You're gonna get a stalking charge. Okay. You can't, it don't work like that. It's not even admissible in court coming from some friend you had stalking your husband. Be happy first, and your mate should make you happier. That's true. That's why I always say, people need to be happy already. That's a lot of responsibility. He said Uber rides are longer than most marriages. That's true. I think it's a lot of responsibility to put on somebody else. When you say, well, I just want you to make me happy, that relationship is doomed from the very start. Because, that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody to make you happy. You sitting up wanting somebody to make you happy. You should already be happy. You're supposed to bring happiness to each other's life, right? I mean, that's a real broken person when you're looking for somebody else to make you happy. My husband and I have been married for a long time, but we both were raised in large family households and raised with the same family values. Yeah. Because now people feel like you don't love me if you're not suffering for me. They'll sit up and say, well, um, sometimes people are so narcissistic and twisted, they'll try to figure out what are those things that you don't like. What is it that you don't like? Well, I don't like this. This goes against my values, and that's the very thing that they'll want you to do. Well, you need to do that if you love me. Oh, I hate a nigga like that. Y'all ain't never in your life seen me act a fool until you try to control me. Right. You should already be at your peak when you're marrying. You should already be happy. A lot of people think that getting married is going to make them happier. That's not true. If you ain't happy before you get married, you sure ain't gonna be happy afterwards. But some of these people just getting married now to prove a point. I got eyes married now. That's all. Eyes are married now. Um, but yeah, well, I've never had a threesome, anything like that. Well, you need to have a threesome if you love me. Now, what a man and woman does in their bedroom, I don't have no issues with. That's true. I agree. I agree. You know, um, some of what people do in their bedroom, I don't have no issues with. I have issues with people they getting married for help. That's true. A lot of these people getting married for help. They getting married for help. And that's it. Happiness is harder these days because there's so many people that are stuck in depression. They don't love themselves and they don't think that they're worthy of any love. They don't. So a lot of people come from broken homes and broken kids become broken adults, right? And so then, they come from broken homes and stuff like that. And then they get into these relationships and two broken people, that's a damn earthquake for real. That's an earthquake for real. I mean, I want to be happy and I want peace. I have peace in my life. Thank you, G Shrimp Show. I'm doing good. Jay Clyde says a lot of people don't even know how to love or what it is. Right, because a lot of people don't love themselves. They don't even love themselves. I don't think you love me. Why not? I could just tell by the way you do this. A lot of these people living together, like Player Cole said, it's simply for convenience, and that's it. I'm not going to. Um, that's why it's good to be self-sufficient, so that you don't be left spiritually dead, right? And you got to be in relationships simply for financial reasons. That's that. I would hate to live that type of life. But believe it or not, it's a lot of people that are they're just as miserable as they can be, but it's simply out of convenience. And the roles have switched now. I know a lot of women, they do their thing or whatever, and that's a good thing. A lot of women are more so independent. Um, but you would never in your life hear me say, well, because I'm a strong Black woman, I don't need or want no man. The devil is a lie. I do. Because I was raised in a household where the men were providers. Now, I was always taught you're going to get your own. If that nigga, just in case that nigga act up, you can open that damn front door and tell him to step. Okay? And you could just continue on with life. But I was raised around men that were protectors and providers. And I love men like that, regardless to whether they have more than me or not. If he is a protector and a provider, and I can see that in him, I love him. Okay? It ain't nothing like having somebody that you could depend on. Some people can't help because more women are making more money than some of their men because they've done what is necessary. But hey, it's a lot of men out there that try. If you're a smart woman and God has gifted him with something, you use your brain to help him if he's deserving of it. Because a lot of these men falling flat on their damn faces because they want to use a good woman to help them bring and her brain that she got to help bring his dreams to fruition and go be with a whore. And so everything just crumbles. God ain't gonna let that happen. You can't flourish like that. I'm gonna give me a good old country woman that's gonna help me with all this stuff. This how they talk. This his stuff God then gave me. This here plan God then gave me. Give me a good old country woman. And then in his mind, once I start making the money, I can go get me a good old city whore and have him on my arm. God ain't gonna let that flourish. So that's why a lot of people reaping what they sow too. Because they don't do things right. Men, make sure you on the Player Coach said, men, make sure you on the lease. Right, and country don't mean slow at all. I'm telling you, country don't mean slow. Because I love Southern men. Nowadays, good luck finding that kind of man, Miss T. But it's because a lot of women have messed these men up. They want to take care of the man. They want the man to sit at home and look at soap operas while she works so she can control the situation. And I'm serious. She wanna own everything so that she can control the situation. No, I don't wanna men, I don't no, I don't want you to work, baby. I'ma work. She'll tell the man don't work. She want him to sit at home and look at the soap operas and tell her about what went on the soap operas like a little sissy. Okay? Because she's scared if he get a job, he gonna start talking to other women. She want to be able to give him the money to go get his haircut so that when she get mad at him, she could say, I ain't gonna get your haircut. I ain't gonna buy no food today, and I'm gonna put you out. Okay? Control. And only weak men, go for that. Well, that's true. They used to sit at home and look at soap operas. Now they sit at home and smoke dope. That's right. They peel heads. They peel heads now. They want him to take X pills and stuff. So, but when she get home, he could blow her back out. That's all that's required. Can't no woman respect no man that she got to take care of. Even if he's got less than her and he's trying and he make things happen, that's very sexy. Some men and women show love in different ways. I have a relative who is an attorney. Her husband is a city bus driver. Right. I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all something. It ain't nothing wrong with that because that man is working. He's not sitting at home waiting for his wife, to bring the bacon in. A man is supposed to bring home the bacon. If he bring the bacon home, I'll cook it. Shit, I ain't got no problem with standing in the kitchen cooking it. Cause that's what I was taught. Right, Jay Cloud. Women need a man, not a child, a protector and a provider. Not somebody that's abusive and crazy and all of that shit. Mm-mm. Every time you look up, he trying to ruin her self-esteem. You crazy. Why you do that? That's just plain dumb. I can't stand to see men talk about women like that. They're women. She dumb. You sick. Oh, Lord, stop me. Women like to see men that know how to fix stuff. Shit. I'm talking about stuff around the house. How can you respect a man that don't know how to put in a light bulb? Don't even know how to change the damn light bulb. Baby, the light blown out. I was trying to figure out how to change it. Oh, who gonna want something like that? I want to have a long day, call the woman crazy or tell her to come. And women we're like elephants. Hell, we never forget. Even if we say we forgive. I used to always say, even if I had said I forgave, you don't start with me. Don't open up a can of worms. You're gonna open up a can of worms because it's already some unresolved stuff there. I say I forgive you, nigga, but you remember you did that to me. Don't bring that back up. You're gonna open up a can of worms. Don't start nothing you can't finish. I would never support a man if he was capable of working. Doesn't matter what he made as long as the effort is there. Absolutely, Miss Teresa. I agree with you on that. Um, I always think about the colors I want my wedding to be. Y'all gonna think that I'm weird, but I've always wanted like a purple, like that rich deep purple. That's one of my favorite colors. And one of those, not a gold, but a light, sunny, beautiful yellow. A purple and a beautiful sunny yellow, not gold, because I'm not crazy about gold, but a vibrant yellow. Purple, a deep purple, and a vibrant yellow. To me, that's so beautiful. That's like a happy color wedding. I got me a Southern country husband, and does he wear overalls? Girl, them Jethros that be out there fixing cars and stuff. And then just the southern swag of these southern men, even these, because I grew up around a lot of street dudes. Like my cousins and them, I didn't have brothers, but my cousins and them were street dudes. I'm like 2 times asking for money, like I had it easy. Not play a call. A man protects and provides. Natural Born Queen says I had royal purple and silver. Oh, I bet that purple and silver was so beautiful. I like purple. I like purple and silver too. Yes, purple is royalty, and it has to be that deep, rich purple. A lot of people don't know that when Jesus walked around from city to city healing, he had a deep, rich purple cloth in his hands. That's why people associate that deep purple with royalty, because Jesus was royalty. Colors have definitely have meanings to me. Like blue is a very common color. If you've ever gone into like different like places, like counseling centers and things of that nature, they have a lot of blue because it keeps you calm. It's a very common color. Oh, maroon and peach, I bet that was beautiful. A player coach says when he gets one he will. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I wish I could have shown y'all a picture of my little grandbaby. And she looks so beautiful. She looked like a meatball. My daughter had sent it to me. She in the tub, but it's a lot of sick pedophiles that lurk on my page. And I probably shouldn't have said that because they saying, oh, she got a picture of her grandbaby in the tub. They want to try to hack my phone now. I already told the investigators that's one of the reasons why they hacking my phones, because they want to see my pictures of my little grandbaby because they pedophiles. Yes, Bob the Builder. I don't even remember my colors from my red. Oh, Jeff. You don't remember what your colors were? Oh my God. That was a very important day. Yeah, I'm not gonna show it. Y'all hit the like button if y'all haven't hit the like button. Sounds like the colors of his wedding was blackout. He can't even remember nothing about his wedding. Oh Lord. Lord have mercy, Jesus. You make it look, I say you make it look easy. Um, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. I used to do wedding flower. Ooh wee. Well, I'm gonna use you for my wedding. Miss Teresa, I'm gonna use you for my wedding. I love it. I just do. I love to see when women use the gifts that God has given them, because so often in business, women have it extremely hard. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've been very blessed because the field that I'm in is white male dominated. And it's a difference in a lot of the white males than it is the black males, okay? Once they figured out, once I was able to, I got in, they've done nothing but help me. And I'm serious, like they don't bother me like that. If I ever need to go to them about something, like they're very forthcoming. Like they understand that it's a lot of money out there. And they'll say, well, have you tapped into this? Have you tapped into that? Like, even like the guy that trained me, he had retired from the FBI and he went on after he retired and opened up a company or whatever. And when I got in, he was getting out, right? And he always said, well, I was always in competition with a lot of the white investigators. They don't let you in, but they have not been that way with me. They haven't. That's why I say our people got to change our mindsets. We got that crabs in a bucket mentality. I mean, and I'm serious. Like, we are our own worst enemies. There's no reason why, like, you shouldn't be patronizing, especially another African American woman. What's wrong? What's wrong with that? But then when some of these people, and I'm not talking about anybody on here, but like some of these young girls and stuff that get into business, like it's a lot of girls that can do hair over the stove. Like they bad to the bone because they grew up doing hair. But hell, I can't go to their house and they blowing weed, smoking shit all in my face. I don't know if somebody gonna break in, because their boyfriend and went and robbed somebody. They got the music and stuff all up. I can't have that around me. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right. So once I leave the doctor's office and then I gotta go meet with another client, then you and I can meet up and I can let you know about what our strategy is going to be, and then we can go ahead and get started and see what your husband doing. Okay, I'll call you around 4. All right, bye bye. Lord have mercy. Remy, stop. Hmm. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Wonder how my thing come off mute. Y'all didn't hear my conversation, did y'all? um, Throughout history, most Black men and women had a side hustle. Remember the men who made money driving people around. Um, oh Lord, talk to Lord. I looked at my mute. See, my dog is jumping all over me, and I was like, "How in the hell my mic dropped down to the damn bottom?" Threesome, that's a fight for. Oh, absolutely. Like, I don't have, like, people can do whatever they want to do, but I'm not doing no threesome, and I'm liable to give somebody a strong right hook. That's the reason why whenever I get serious with somebody, I tell them the deal breakers. I mean, but some of these folks like threesomes, but they be wanting to bring, some of these men be, when you used to think about a threesome, you used to hear women complain that their man wanted to bring another woman in. But now these men are wanting for their women to bring in another man. Now, it's something wrong with that. What man wants to be naked in front of another man and, watching another man screw a woman? I, you know, I kind of, my antennas kind of go up when there are men that have that are like porn freaks. Why do you want to see a man screwing another man? I mean, well, some of them want to see that too, but another woman screwing a woman, like, it's, to me. I mean, but that's just how I think. Like, I'm like, dog, he like porn like that. Like, why does he want to look at a man screw a woman? It's something weird about that to me. Jake Cloud September said, "Don't play with me, play with Joe." Yeah, it's a lot of people swinging. I'm telling you, like, I didn't know that people was into swinging like that. And I'm telling you, like, a friend of mine, I kid you not, a friend of mine said, and it's weird because this very couple is in Memphis. And I remember the man reached out to me because y'all know I got a TV show that come on Comcast. And so he reached out to me, and I thought that he really wanted to advertise, because I would look at him. I was like, "Oh, his eyes," because his eyes are very light, and he's dark skinned with real light eye. He looks scary, right? And so I guess a lot of women might like him because of his eyes or something. He looked like a devil to me. And so I remember he reached out to me. He was like, "I need to come on to your show to promote something." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And so, all about bands, entertainment, and who is all about bands, entertainment? That ain't Snoop Bands, is it? What's the name of Snoop Band's new label? I'm proud of them. A lot of them are doing their thing too. I love Snoop Bands. Snoop Bands Pre is doing the darn thing. Let's just put that into the atmosphere. So, anyways, I thought he wanted to buy some advertisement, and he said he did. And so he was like, "I need to come out." So I had talked to him again, just follow up from him and follow up with him. And he was like, "Me and my wife got a massage parlor. You need to come and let us, come and get a massage." And I wasn't really feeling that when he said it, because I was like, because sometimes people feel like because they got businesses and they call you and say they want advertisement that you know they want to kind of swap that out. I don't need no damn massage, right? I want my money. And so I later found out recently that that couple swings. I was like, oh my goodness, that's why they was trying to get me to that damn massage parlor. They swings. More and more couples doing that. That's sick. And they don't know. They would have they don't know. If they had tried to, if I had got there and they would have tried to come on to me, that they was gonna wish that they had never laid eyes on me because I knows how to clown for real. Especially when I feel violated. Oh my God, I would have put on the show so bad it was ridiculous. Michelle says it's 2:30 here in New Jersey. So y'all are an hour up from us. We're on Central Time. I'm gonna have to get off in a minute because I got a doctor's appointment. I gotta leave out in a few minutes, but we've had fun on here. We have. I had actually got on just to chill out, but we have had some fun on here. He was going to give a happy ending to your show. But here's the thing. The reason what made me think about them was somebody brought, somebody I know was talking about that. They was like, because they do some work around the Memphis, Mississippi area. They was like, girl, don't you know the wife? And the wife looks so sweet. She looks so innocent and sweet. It's talking about we swing and this and that. You don't have no problem with it and this and that. And so he left her for one of the young girls that was swinging with them. Ain't that something? So that's why you have to be careful when y'all doing them threesomes. Like if I am not enough for my man, I would just rather, him say, let's just divorce in parts. Because you ain't bringing no damn body else up in my bed. Ain't no damn woman gonna touch me sexually because I'm gonna whoop the bitch ass. Okay, any woman, I'm getting mad that ever think that they could come on to me. Don't do me like that. Don't you ever try to be sexual to me and violate me. And no fuck ass nigga better not ever ask me to bring another damn, because if he asks to bring a man in there, I might get that shotgun for him because I'm gonna know that he didn't try to he been using me as a damn beard. These men need to be honest with these women and let them know that they are gay. Oh, I have to calm myself down because that's the type of stuff that pisses me off. Lord. These folks is into too much sick stuff. No, Diane, who are the artists that have a bag on their head? Which four artists have a bag on their head, Miss Diane? Shoot, it don't make no sense. These folks is sick. These women, I used to be on Facebook all the time. I don't even be on Facebook no more. I remember I went into this little room. I likes to go into rooms and see what people talking about. And these young girls don't know nothing. They pegging these damn men like 40 going north and don't know that that's a damn gay man. That's if they asked them, it's like, is it gay if you put on a strap on and peg your man? And all of them answer, no, it's not gay if I'm doing it. What damn man want a damn uh um strap on in their ass? That's like having a dick up the ass. Lord forgive me for it saying it, but it wasn't no other way for it to come out. These men is like being pegged. And it's a damn shame that these girls have not been taught to, and they don't know because they making this shit normal. She said it's Glock. Hold on. She said it's Glock, Moochie, Unc, and Snoop. That's all of them. Lord have mercy. Now, who got the bags on their heads? And I don't mean no harm, and I'm just gonna say this: you women need to worry about these men that like to put their penis in an area that's not normal, because God never made the ass for nothing to go up it. It was made for all of the toxins in your body to come out of it. Okay, so you have to watch them too, because that ain't no different than having sex with a man. I'm telling you. I think that's the reason why too, that it's been a lot of deal breakers for me. These men are just a lot of these men are just into everything. They into everything. I can't get down like that. Because I'm telling you, you know, the signs, because I'll never forget, y'all, that I had gone on a date with this guy, and I promise you, he seemed like he was rough around the edges, like a guy in the streets. Okay, I'm not gonna say where he worked at. And I remember the first time we met, because we was trying to keep it a secret. It's like we don't need everybody to know our business or whatever. This was some years ago. When I got back to work, one of my coworkers was like, I done told it now, but nobody knows who he is. One of the girls that I work with, she was like, how did the date go? I said, girl, at work he seemed hardcore, right? I said, we was sitting at the table and we just met out after work, because we was both working on the second shift. I said, he crossed his legs and started smoking a cigarette, and his chest went out. His chest went out. I said, I don't mean no harm, girl. Because at the police department, we call each other by the last name. I said, I don't mean no harm, but it was something that didn't look right about his chest sticking out smoking that cigarette. She had already heard it. And she didn't even tell me in the beginning. She said, you know what you saw. So just don't ignore that. You know what you saw. Your eyes not playing tricks on you. But anyways, what I did was, I don't know why though. I was like, well, maybe it's just me, because I know me. I'm always digging and looking. I be watching stuff so hard. I be looking for anything. And I was like, I gotta quit doing that. So I went against my better judgment and kept talking to him because I liked him. I liked the conversation and stuff. Then he did something else. I said, damn, I don't know about this. Like, and when I say that, like, I went to his house and he was one of those ones that um he was constantly spraying. I said, what the hell wrong with you? He didn't like to see dirt on nothing. He always kept a spray bottle. See, that was another thing. The some bitch was crazy. God was constantly showing me that he was crazy. He kept a spray bottle next to him. He'd be constantly spraying stuff. I put my hand on the table. He have the spray bottle right behind me. Shh, shh, shh. I said, what the hell you doing? You got a print on that table like he was immaculate. God was trying to show me, but I was like, well, God, maybe it ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay. I was like, maybe there ain't nothing wrong with it. So then We kept on talking, and I guess I just wasn't satisfied until we crossed over the line of friendship into a relationship, a real relationship. And I'll never forget, y'all. Me and that dude got to fighting, and we couldn't call the police because we both worked for the police department. He didn't hit me back, but I knocked the hell out of him. The first time I was with him, that man tried to violate me, and he was insistent on doing it. He was into having sex like men having sex, and I went into that, and he thought he was going to force me to do it. And I act the biggest fool I could have ever act. Can't nobody beat me acting a fool. He couldn't call the police because police officers can't get in trouble for domestic violence because I whooped his ass good. You don't ever violate me. But God had been trying to show me. I mean, I was there with him, but it's just it hit me at that point that this man is more than likely really on the down low. Even though I'd seen it when the first time we went out, when he's smoking a cigarette and he stuck his chest out. Okay. I seen it when when he was immaculate, he was spraying. I mean, he didn't like no fingerprints, no nothing. And I say it wasn't no fight. I just whipped this, I just went crazy on him. Okay. So God always give y'all signs. He cool because we cool to this day. I don't have no issues with him. And he'll say, I can't believe, because we cool now, because he'll send me a message or something on Facebook. I can't believe you sit up. I told him to his face, nigga, you gay. I can't believe you think I'm gay. You gonna sit up and say, he'll say that now. Like that's been years ago. Why you bring up old stuff? So evidently it must be true. Why you still bringing up what happened like 7, 8, 9 years ago? He can't get out of his head. I call him gay. He reached out to me on Facebook. What you doing? Man, you a trip. You still sitting up talking about I can't believe you. Remember you said I was gay. Nigga, that was 8 years ago. Why is you bringing that up? Don't reach out to me. Go answer your calls and leave me alone. I don't like for people to try to control me like that. That's just, you have to, there has to be respect and boundaries. And like a lot of people don't have that. Okay. That's the reason why I when people violate me, I don't stop. I have to show them you cannot violate me. They're just, you can't be violating people. You have to respect. You have to have boundaries. Some people like that stuff. Not me. But a lot of these women know these men be zesty and they don't care. As long as they can say, I got a man. And he's sitting up with more lip gloss on his lips than her. She can't even find. I know I just bought some new lip gloss. He done used it all here. Oh yeah. I be suspicious about men that go get their nails done. Even if they getting the clear nail polish. Why you want clear nail polish? You ain't got no damn business getting no clear nail polish on your fingernails when you supposed to be out fixing cars and fixing stuff around the house and building and being in the yard and stuff. Why you gotta have clear nail polish on now? Going to get his feet done or something like that without getting fingernail polish and shit on it. That it might not be nothing wrong with that, but yeah, look at what happened. And I believe that Kim Kardashian's mother knew that man was like that, and she married him for his money. And he always liked dressing up in women clothes and going with men too. D-Hop said, I do my own feet. Now I could see if he got rough feet, because some men have crusty feet. I mean, I could see his wife saying, "Baby, you got to go get that crust off your feet. You can't lay in here with them, lay next to me cutting my legs up with them crusty feet." Little do you know, a lot of these men are gay and bisexual, especially black men. I feel like every black man is gay majority. I have a cousin that is gay. He said it's called a bath. And my cousin that's gay said that the majority of the guys that he dates are men on the down low, and they are thug type guys. I've seen them, and they are. They got so many kids, it's ridiculous with a lot of these girls. Mm. She knew for sure he was doing that his whole. Yeah, he was. I just believe he was doing that his whole life. She married him for his money, and she was probably participating in them orgies because they said like Chris Jenner and all of them and OJ Simpson and all of them, they were all having orgies. Kim said she caught them several times trying on their clothes. I was talking to this dude. I just cut them off. I came at him. I was like, "You gay?" And he never told me, like, I'm not gay. Because when they straight man, they'll go off. They take it very offensive. I'm telling you, a lot of these men. I'm gonna tell you something. I had interviewed this lady about 5 or 6 years ago that has AIDS. And the way that she got AIDS was she contracted AIDS was she was raped. She was raped and she got pregnant from their rape. And now she works at one of the AIDS centers in Memphis. And when she was on my show, she was explaining, what they did over at the AIDS center that she worked for, and people need to get treatments. They encourage people to get treatments and use condoms and things of that nature. And she started talking about how they classify people that come in there to take AIDS tests and to be treated for AIDS. She was like, there's the gay, there's the homosexual, heterosexual, bisexual, and MSMs. And I said, what is an MSM? She said, MSM is men sleeping with men. And I said, well, what's the difference in a MSM and a gay man? That's homosexuality, right? She said, no. She said, no. And we cannot violate them and say that. She said, MSMs are men that sleep with men, but do not consider themselves gay. They sleep with men on occasions, but they don't consider themselves gay. They will not let you call them a homosexual. I said, ain't that some shit? So y'all, it's a lot of people that sleep around with the same sex, but they don't consider themselves gay. It sure is funny, Jay Cloud, when people say that, because them be the ones. When I was married, I would go with her to get my feet done, no polish. What I don't understand is when two people of the same sex is together, but one dress and acts like they're opposite sex. That's true. It's a lot of women that are masculine now. I don't know what's going on. The gender roles have changed. The roles have changed, y'all. The roles have definitely changed. How about a man who sing when they speak? Like, hey, you girl. Oh my God, Cinema T. You have to watch those ones, Cinema. You have to watch those ones. I'm telling you. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Tanya says she love men that get their feet done. I love men that smell good. She said I cut him off. Said Bruce Lover is a trans family. Wow. So did Bruce Lover used to be a man and now he turned himself to a woman? Did Bruce have his wing cut off? Is Bruce's wing cut off? He had the whole surgery, didn't he? I think Bruce had his wing cut off. True Aquarius says, men that chew gum and smoke hookah is suspects to me. And Chloe is upset about Bruce came out about it. Oh Lord. Them Kardashian women and ruin more black men than the law allow. They put them in a sunken place. And Chloe, I have a gay friend that's a girl, but all her girlfriends dress and act like men. And when I asked her, she didn't know and got mad. Yeah, because if you're gonna date somebody that act like a man, why you don't get you a man? I don't have an issue with what people do, but if you want somebody that acts just like a man, why don't you get a man? I love men. I be cussing them out and shit. I give them a hard time, but I love men. Those that need to be cussed out. Like saying just because you suck some D don't mean you gay. Oh my God, Tank said that? The singer Tank said that? Just because you suck a man wing pee pee don't mean you gay. Another man sucking a man pee pee don't mean he gay. Oh my God. What she say, Jeff? What, break it down? Tell me before I have to get out here and go to the doctor. Well, they. Well, I guess I've been at it too long, but I just like, I like the wing wing, especially a good one. I loves it. I don't want nothing sexually that a woman has to offer. Period. I don't want no, no. I don't want none of that. I want some meat. I want the real meat. I'm talking about the stick meat. Joy Loves God says, I'm strictly dickly. Me too, Joy. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I have issues with men that like to use toys on women. If he got to use a toy, if he want to use a toy, I don't want him. That means he ain't. I mean, he got the toy on him. If he can't use his toy, I don't want you. Why you got to try to use a toy? You need to use what you got. If it ain't no good, then we ain't got no business together. He says basically that the films need a psychological reminder of a man. Well, there are a lot of men that are very feminine and they just bitchified. Look at how these men sits up and want to argue and compete with women. And I'm serious. That in the era that I come from, men didn't do shit like that. Men strictly handle men business. That's why it tickles me sometimes. Like if I'm talking about the Young Dolph case, I already know that it's probably some of them South Memphis dudes when they get on here and say, uh, you're a woman. You need to why you in men business? I know it'd be some of them hard. I know how South Memphis guys talk because I grew up in South Memphis. I go, yeah, you're right. I grew up around dudes like that, but kiss my ass. That's what I say to him. But I'm like, dog, that's a true South Memphis dude right there. Probably a OG. It ain't none of them young sissies, that be acting like little girls feel like they're supposed to put hits on everybody. I'll delete the comments sometimes too. They'll say, you're a woman. You ain't why you in men business or something like that. Because that's how my cousins and them that are street dudes talk. Because most men don't involve themselves in women's stuff and they don't want women in their stuff. I knew a woman that had 6'9" and 12-inch thangalang. What? I know a woman that has 6'9" and 12-inch dangalang. I call her King Dangalang because I only have one. What's that? How a woman have that 6'9" and 12-inch dangalang? Are you talking about a toy? Oh, a toy. I don't have a problem with gay people, but that's not for me. Yeah, I don't have issues with gay people either. I have cousins. I have a couple cousins that's gay, and I love them to death. I love them so, 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 so much. I don't have no issues. I don't, with gay people. I think a person should do whatever they want to do as long as it's consensual. I got an issue with down low men. I have an issue with down low men that pull women into stuff instead of living their damn truth. And a lot of these men killing women because they don't, and they hate women and they try and violate women because they don't know how to come out. So they hate women because they mad at who they truly are. Okay? That's what's going on. That's why you see so many men killing women. They hate women because they're gay. And they mad because a woman was not able to take those feelings away from them. When a person needs to just live their truth. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off here. I gotta go to the doctor. I gotta be there at 2:30. It ain't gonna take me about 15 minutes to get there, but I had a good time on here with you all today. I'm gonna get back on tonight because when I leave the doctor's office, I gotta go meet actually 2 clients now. So I'll be back on tonight. So y'all make sure y'all, for some reason, y'all, they are not. It says, tapping in to show respect to you. Let me read the title first. Capture the day and own it, ladies. Y'all deserve it. Positive energy, smile, and embrace it. Father mode is on. Gotta go. Thank you, Jacob. Said Jacob E. Thank you. Y'all make sure y'all, because for some reason everybody is not getting the notifications. So I'll be on tonight. I would, just keep tapping in. Because if I say what time I come on, it'd be 50 other folks coming on for some reason. Because people have that competitive demon on them, right? So, anyways, you guys, I gotta go to the doctor. I'll talk to you guys later.